For many of us, it's been a while since we found ourselves moving from a physical classroom to online lessons in a matter of hours. In this initial online period, the best advice for running smooth online lessons included such things as if you have a good microphone or lighting. Fast forward to the present day, we are moving out from emergency remote teaching situation and gaining confidence in our online teaching. In this light, many teachers were asked what advice they would now give for ensuring the smooth running of online lesson. Here are some tips they shared. The first tip is manage your technical stuff. This tip is mostly about using different platforms, learning management platforms. While all these platforms vary in their functionality, just make sure you know how to switch on vision and sound, how to use Chatterbox and share your screen. This last one about sharing screen, you can use to demonstrate your students' materials. Many teachers use publisher-produced platforms and thus they share class book materials and thus they activate different activities, listening and video activities with their students. Assume the students are not tech-savvy. I would like to quote one teacher from Portugal. She said, "Just because you have spent the last 7 months in online lessons becoming tech-savvy, don't presume all your students have. That is why make sure all your students are able to operate the language you use for your online communication before you start setting the language task." The next tip is write it down. This is a multi-layer tip. Firstly, it refers to planning. One thing you have probably noticed in your lessons that they have been quite teacher-led, so it's time to think about some elements to encourage our students to talk. Next, it refers to physically writing it down for your students. Have you noticed in a lesson, when you rely on your oral instructions, you have to repeat them many times and still not everyone gets them? So you can have written instructions to put on screen to aid your words. You can have these on a slide that you can display by screen share at the appropriate time. Keep them focused. Let's face it, even in the physical classroom, keeping kids focused is a challenge, and online it's amplified. There is one technique how to deal with this problem. You have to use visual cues to check your students are still following you and not doing something else. The visual cues should be a signal or action you do, and your students have to repeat it very quickly, and thus you check are they following you or doing something else. The next tip is expect the unexpected, because you never know what online classroom might throw up. For example, what happens if your students' connections are having a slow internet day? Then, to foresee this situation, you can send some materials in advance. Thus, students have a chance to get them and access them before the lesson begins. The last tip is about creating communities. If the emergency remote teaching situation was about a quick transformation from face-to-face to online, now we have to think about how we can effectively maximize educational opportunities. A way to do this is to go beyond the lesson and turn the class into a community. Not everything has to be done through live online lesson, especially there is so much to achieve within that time anyway. This will help with the community aspect. So students have to be encouraged to use some areas that can have running board discussions. Many teachers manage to arrange this by using publisher-produced platforms with their discussion and forum options where students can communicate, share their ideas and discuss some language issues and homework problems. Okay, that's all for now. I believe you also have many tips to share, so don't be shy and share some of your ideas how to ensure a smooth running of online lessons in the comments. Thus, we can create our own teaching community and share our ideas. Thank you very much for watching and see you soon.